Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. 3 days growth. I'm going to be using Fougere Gothique from Barrister and Mann. Now the camera's going to go a little bit, there's a lot of steam in here really. I think it's a little bit on the lens, I just could be asked sorting out, but Fougere Gothique from Barrister and Mann. This is the original soap that he released many years ago now. And it comes in a lovely black tub that is all labelled up. Hell is empty. And all the devils are here. The soap I have got, I don't know whether you can see, just sitting in there. Just a little bit of water just sat on top. Whew. Scent strength is just off the charts still. This is easily a 9 scent strength, it's phenomenal. But the scent is so complex, it's got like a, I would say, earthy, fungi, cologne-y. It's a mind-boggling scent and it smells to me just fantastic. The wife hates it, but really I keep it because I love it. So I'm just going to pour this water out. Get it on my face. Oh, what a scent. What a scent. Now I'm using this today. I actually had a comment from Fred Shaves to bring out the old Fougere Gothique. He used it again, he used it in his shave today, or it might have been yesterday, whenever it is in his time, but he used it in his last shave. So I thought, why not? Let's pull it out. I'll be finishing off with the EDP as well, but that'll be once I'm dressed and ready to go. I've just had a shower. I haven't actually had a shave after a shower for a while. I normally have a shave before a shower. Oh, and I'm using my Frank Shaving 22mm Silvertip. This soap base, this is reserve soap base, it's very hit and miss for me. Sometimes I get a fantastic lather, sometimes it's pretty average, so I soaked this for a good sort of 10-15 minutes in water. The water was boiling hot as well. Oh, the scent's just incredible. The great thing with this soap is it really scents your badger hairbrush big time. Scoop out all this excess here, which there isn't a lot of. I'll rinse out the soap. Right, that's the soap rinsed out. Just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. A lot of soap scum in the water though, it's not, it must be, I don't know whether that's always done that or not. So you have to excuse the hairy shoulders. I mean, they're not quite at your mileage may varies hairiness, but YMMV shaves. And I'm going to be using, for the first pass at least, I don't know whether to use it for the whole shave today or not, I'll try the Feather Artist Club. I watched Justin, the Red Island shaver, using it in his latest shave on 8 days growth and he loved it. And to me it's a fantastic shaver. Just dipping the tips and painting in water. From memory, you've got to be quite careful with the water content with the reserve base. Doesn't tend to make a very voluminous lather. It even tastes as good as it smells. Let's see what happens. The reserve base was it's never been Barrister and Mann's best base. Nowhere near it, I don't think. I think his original base is better, the one prior to that. I don't know what that was called. I know his Excelsior base is excellent. Just going to add a touch of water. Well, it seems to be doing okay today. I can assure you with a synthetic I would be getting quicker results than this. Just lather, synthetics just lather easier. I'm still getting to find my way around this knot and how it works better. Just going to add a little bit more water. And again. Actually, I've seen Justin use the Feather Arts Club. I don't know whether it was, it could have been the Kai. I know it was a fixed blade one, it wasn't it was like a, what do they call it? Camisori style Schick. So it wasn't a folding razor. You can see I'm starting to build some nice peaks now. Now that on the camera will look very airy. I can see some bubbles in the mirror. It's not quite as dense and creamy. There's some soap bases that I use. You can see the brush is caked. There's loads on my face. Let's get the razor out and get shading. So, Feather Artist Club with the Schick P30 blade in there, which has been lovely and smooth since the moment I put it in. I find them actually more smooth than the Feather Professionals. But let's see how we go. They're definitely smoother, but they don't have that longevity, they don't last as long as the Feather Supers Professionals. And it doesn't take long to sort of get that buttery smooth effect on a Feather Professional blade. I know the wife's going to come in here afterwards and be like, what the fuck is that smell? What?
Have you found a way that works for mending that again?
Not yet.
Okay.
Fantastically smooth. Easy to use razor. There's just nothing difficult about it at all. I guess the only real question that matters for me is it a better shaver than any straight razor I've used? Actual honed straight razor, and yes, it's better than all of them. I haven't used a straight razor better than this Schick. Add a little bit of water, loads of slickness, absolutely loads. I was going to finish off with a feather today, but I'm taking the young bloke and his friend to see Thor Love and Thunder at the cinema. So we'll just finish off with the Karve. Now I've got a razor coming into the den, into the house, sorry, into the den. I keep saying den, I don't actually have a den. I don't know why I call it a den. Just habit in it, everyone calls it a den. I don't really have anything now shaving wise. I've got 2 drawers of soaps. one DE, well 2 DEs, one's in Canada on loan. I've got another DE on the way. It has a 0.72 blade gap. So I believe that the Karve B plate has a 0.73 blade gap, so I'm going to start using that for a while just to get used to the feel, so that when this new one comes in, I'll have a bit of an idea what it's going to feel like. So the Christopher Bradley razor with the B plate today, 0.73 blade gap, same Voskhod blade, so it's been performing really well. I did think it was probably on its last legs at the last shave, but let's keep going and see how it feels. I've also found, only last night, that there's a new supply razor. Now, I didn't know they brought 2 new ones out. I had no idea. I've been out of the game for so long. So they've got the Supply SE, which is just the Supply single edge, I believe. And they've got the Supply Pro for pro shavers, which we don't really exist. I guess it's more geared towards the seasoned wet shaver, someone that's been doing this for a long time, has an idea of what they want and wants a bit of adjustability. It's got that is one. It's the only downside I ever come across with the Karve. It doesn't hold lather very well. It just falls off the side. It doesn't really pass through the blade guide. It's quite a messy razor sometimes. I mean, it doesn't bother me because the shave's fantastic, but it is one thing that gets me a little bit. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the Supply razor brings, whether it brings that. I did have a good conversation with him. I can't remember the guy that runs it, but I had a chat with him on Instagram and explained to him that it never actually made it into my rotation at the time at all. I found it a very smooth shaver, the V2. The V1 was the same, but the V2 and V1 were very similar, other than the sort of adjustability that they had. Very smooth shaver that always left me feeling like I needed to shave again the same day. Now, I probably could have shaved twice a day, but I just didn't have the time. And it didn't make sense to me to do so. I'm just going to dip the tips here and see if I can do anything with this. The scent is just off the chart strong. Barrister Mann is the only soap, well, one of the very few soap companies that I've used. I've never ever had a reaction to the soaps, an allergic reaction, whether they be strong scented or not. I know I need to shave my head as well, but buttery smooth. shave. So yeah, the single edge from Supply. The Pro version actually looks quite nice. It looks very different. They look very well made. It is an adjustable razor now, so you can set it from settings 1 to 6 and then 28 micro adjustments as well. So they put definitely a lot of thought into it. And one of my main gripes really was the efficiency of the razor. You know, it was smooth, it was comfortable. I got a reasonably close shave with it, pretty close shave with it, but for whatever reason it was never close enough. Now, one thing they have done that was very noticeable to me with this new one is they've moved to they've got 2 sets of blades now. They've got American made blades called the white pack or something like that, and they've now got the black blades, and the black blades are made in Japan. So I can only assume that they're most likely made by Feather, which for me would take the razor to the next level of efficiency, because Feather blades, as we all know, make the best edged blades in terms of sharpness. So if you can get a blade that's super smooth but has the Feather sharpness, like this does, then I think that Supply could definitely be onto a winner. Definitely. I've got a couple of little weepers there, but other than that, pretty good. Just rinsing out the brush. It's a great brush to rinse out. This thing just, you know, not much effort in the water. It doesn't matter what this soap touches, it just smells fantastic. Right, I'm going to finish off now just with a little bit of balm. And I'll just use some of this because it's right in front of me. Some Zingari Mann Unscented. 2 little squirts. And then off camera, we'll be going with a few squirts of the Fougere Gothique Eau de Parfum, which the scent strength on that is incredible. I mean, this is like a 9, the scent strength on that takes it all the way up to 11. All the way up to 11. I'm just going to pop the lid back on that. So yeah, there we have it. The soap was Barrister and Mann Fougere Gothique. There is the bottom half of the tub with all the label on the back. Very, very, very nice scented soap. Very strong scented soap. And if you're into sort of unique, strong, earthy, dirty scents, then this is one you should have in your den, because simply you should have it. It's fantastic. The brush, which you've just seen again, was my Frank Shave 22mm Silvertip. Really nice little brush. This will probably end up on my young bloke as he's sort of progressing through as well. He's starting to use the DE razor and stuff on his moustache. So he'll probably end up with this one and a few of the other Frank shaving ones when they eventually get here and they've been reviewed and showcased. The Feather Artist Club, these are just brilliant. Absolutely, the blades are fantastic. There's perfect weight to it. You can make this nice and stiff, the hinge. You can screw it on, make it, I mean, this is lovely and stiff. So when you set it up like that, it stays there for the whole shave, which I really, really like. And finished off today with the Karve Christopher Bradley razor, 3.25 inch handles, stainless steel, and a Voskhod blade again, the same Voskhod that I've used for the last 4 or 5 shaves. The little weeper just doesn't want to go away. But other than that, I tell you what, it's a really nice shave. I think I've got a little bit of growth down here. Let me just going to put a bit of water on there because that moisturiser's on here. I'll actually give it a little bit of slickness. That would have annoyed me, that little bit here. I'll just put a bit of water on again, rub that moisturiser, and boom, done. Finished off today with Zingari Mann Unscented. It's actually a really good product. This stuff works all over the body, by the way, not just on your face. It's very, very good quality cream. And I didn't actually show it, but I started with this today. I haven't used this in a long, long time. I put this on just as I came out of the shower for herbal pre-shave gel. It's not got much scent, it's got a little bit of scent, that's why I put it on straight after the shower. And it does seem to help a little bit. My skin feels really nice today. You know, apart from that one little weeper that just doesn't want to stop. that was a fantastic shave. Really enjoyed it. So anyway, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.